Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Ratchet Clank 2002 for the PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3. So, in the last episode, we grabbed ourselves our slingshot, and now that we have that, we are able to fully explore the other planet we unlocked on Novalis, which was Planet Aridia. So if you guys remember, what we saw here from the info bot was the professional hoverboard racer Skid Mcmarx and his agent being attacked by something. It was obviously Drek's forces, and forced to evacuate their ship and land on the planet. So we need to now go and help them. Now, we did have access to Aridia right from the moment we unlocked the info bot, but now that we have the swing shot, we can actually fully explore the planet. So while it's perfectly possible to rescue Skids without the swing shot, it is impossible to rescue his agent, but we can go and do that now. So once we're done grabbing all of these crates, we can long jump our way over towards Skids. But first, let's see what this guy's got on offer.
I got some great bargains.
Actually, no, you don't. You have no great bargains for me. I am disappointed. I loved you so much. You were such a nice guy. But anyway, here he is.
It's him, Skid Mcmarx.
That man from the infobot.
In the flesh, little dude. You guys get a load of that epic space battle I was in?
We saw ya, screaming for help.
That was like a war cry. My agent and I got ambushed on the way to hoverboard practice.
Did he survive the crash, sir?
He's okay, but I've had a little trouble getting back to my ship due to my sprained ankle.
Oh, come on.
If you can take out all the sand sharks, I just might have a spare hoverboard for you.
We'd love to help you, Mr. Mcmarx, but Ratchet and I need to find Captain...
One of your boards? I've always wanted a decent hoverboard. Well, alright. You just keep that foot elevated.
It's always about what you want, isn't it, Ratchet? It's always about you. Yeah, by the way, I don't like Ratchet in this game. He's pretty selfish. He's a bit of a jerk. Just wait until later on. He becomes much worse. Very glad they did tone it down in Going Commando. You know, it's still there a bit, but at the very least, Going Commando and up your arsenal is a lot better. So, in order to get ourselves a hoverboard from Skids, we need to get rid of all of these things known as sand sharks, because they come out the sand and they look a bit like sharks. That mud is not instant death. You can jump in it up to 2 times, land in it a 3rd time, and you will die. Now if you jump out of it, it still acts as though you've jumped into it 2 times for a little bit, but only for a few seconds. There have been times where I've jumped in it 2 times, got out, fell into it a little bit later on, and I have sunk immediately. But that's only happened to me once so far. And by using the bomb glove on that one wall, a pretty obvious wall, you can see into it. Well, you can see it through here, so you obviously get the idea eventually. Yeah, by the power of the Legend of Zelda, you can bomb the wall and gain access to another gold bolt, of which Aridia has 4. Ah, you thought you could bite me, couldn't you? Barbecued fish. I don't know, I don't really eat fish. I think there's an enemy spawner up here, so that's what these sharks do come from. They come from like an enemy spawner. I mean, there's a set number of sharks. You take out the spawners, you take out all the sharks. It's as simple as that. We're all familiar with enemy spawners, they appear in plenty of games. Either that or there's a boss that keeps creating them. It's very simple, you just gotta take them all out. It instantly takes you back to Skids, I think. It's only in this small section of the planet. This is pretty much our... well, Aridia has 3 different routes, but this one's really small. It's pretty much just a really small circle. I mean, that's what they all are in the end, but this one is particularly tiny. This is our last spawner right here. Hey! But this guy's out for blood. There's a sand shark left somewhere. Where is he? There he is.
Here, man. Catch.
A brand new Z3000! You can't even buy these!
Well, I got a bail. Catch you dudes at the hoverboard races.
You've just acquired a Gadgetron Z3000 hoverboard. Use your new hoverboard at the racetrack in Blackwater City on Planet Railguard.
Later. And thus, Sonic Riders was born. This game did it first, and much better. Right, let's just grab our last few bolts. Every bolt helps, especially when you're going for the Tesla claw. Even more so when you go for the more powerful stuff. And especially when you're going for that damn 100 million? That is a lot of bolts. That damn 1 million bolt trophy. Which took me about 40 hours. And I never want to speak of it again. Even then, I think it resets the timer when you create the challenge mode profile, so it probably took even more than 40 hours to do both playthroughs. He has nothing of interest for me, so that is our first route right there. We've already done it. In order to do the other two routes, first it starts off with one, but then it breaks apart into two. One of the few levels where it's not all right at the beginning. And these guys are, well, they're carrying big versions of the Parasiter, but use your blaster, you can easily take care of them. In first person mode, and it's as simple as that. Sand sharks are easy to take out with the Parasiter, but the blaster can take out these guys with its decent range. You know, unless you just want to go straight up to them, or you can bomb them like this. It takes 2 bombs though. Ooh, might be too close. Oh, okay. Die. I thought he wasn't dying then. I was wondering what's going on. Yeah, I'm at full health. Alright. We can long jump everywhere. It's so magnificent. Aridia actually comes back in Ratchet Clank 3. I haven't gotten that far yet, so I'm interested in seeing if is it like a replica? How similar is it? Stay tuned to find out. Quite spooky music though. I do like Aridia's music. It's a very funky soundtrack, but yeah, it's got very catchy tunes. You know, nothing that stays in my head, but I do like the music. It's very catchy. Grab our slingshot, and this is why you can only come this way with the swing shot. This way gets you the Trespasser, actually. I'm completely wrong. Ignore anything I said earlier. I believe taking the other path takes you to Skid's agent. This way gets you to the Trespasser, which you're going to need for a number of areas. Again, apart from a very select few locations, almost every route is mandatory at some point. So if you don't have access to it immediately, once you do, go back. Every route is mandatory, except for like 1 or 2 later in the game. So the Trespasser is a gadget that you're going to be you won't be losing it, but you're going to be using it quite a lot. But this way relies heavily on the swing shot, and it's actually the location of our next skill point, which is a pretty easy skill point. It's probably one you're actually going to get by accident if you're not using a guide. Especially if you're going for the more speed running technique. Well, it's not really speed running, but as long as you're not attacking these crates that are over there in the distance, you should be able to get this by complete accident. Simple process of don't hit the floor. Oh no! I hit the floor. That's probably going to count. That's probably going to count. Oh, you... Oh, that wasn't freaking fair. Why did that count? I was holding the circle button. I pressed circle the moment that I jumped off of that other one. I should have gotten that straight away. That is not fair. I bet I need to restart the planet now, don't I? Or initiate something else. This will not work. I bet this will not work. Like that. See, that's what should have happened. Yeah, it's not going to work now. I'm just going to grab my trespasser and grab my gold bolt. Once the Gadgetron person allows me to move. Come on. I do the explaining around here. This is my channel, not yours. Surprisingly easy to miss. You know, you think that would be a bottomless pit, but it's not. That's the sort of thing you gotta watch out for in this game. Now, where is my swing shot? Let's go to our first person mode. It should be, oh, sorry, yeah. Simple as that. And so this is a trespasser. You gotta try and get all of these lights to aim at, well, all the lasers to aim at the lights. Looks simple enough. And that one is. The trespasser is my least favourite gadget in the entire game, and it's and screw you lift, I can do this. But I hate the trespasser because although it seems to start off fine enough, I'm gonna try it again. Actually, let's initiate the cutscene and then we'll try it again. In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. But yeah, the trespasser starts off innocent enough, you know, like that, but then it starts to try adding barriers into the mix, which will prevent the lasers from hitting the lights. And they like to bring in a lot of lasers and a lot of barriers. And sometimes it can take you upwards to 5 minutes just to get past this one trespasser sequence. And I cannot for the life of me come up with like a strategy in order to do it. I just spend forever and ever trying to do it, and then I might by pure luck just eventually get it. Because I just cannot come up with a strategy, it just takes forever. So many bolts that really mean nothing in the long run, but hopefully it will allow me to get my next weapon pretty quickly. And we have access to planet Rilgar now, I believe, if we go to this. Kawan, Eudora. Oh, we don't yet. We do not have access to it yet. I thought Rilgar came later. Well, we'll have to see. But yeah, we're going to Eudora next regardless. Which is actually one of my favourite planets. If you ever see a bolt lying out in the mud, don't go for it. Because you will probably die. And dying is not fun. And the only time you should ever purposefully die is if you're doing this as a speedrun strategy to get something over with faster, or if you actually get something like a trophy for dying. Like God of War. You get the trophy for dying so many times it gives you the option to activate easy mode. Or the Simpsons game, where in order to get some of the cliches you need to die, which is really annoying because there's also an objective that requires you to not die in every level. And I hate that sort of design. Especially in levels like that, especially in games like that, where the levels are often pretty lengthy. But this is Ratchet and Clank, not The Simpsons. This is something that's remained almost consistently good. Except maybe Full Frontal Assault. Not saying this from experience, I'm saying this from general opinion, but it is a tower defense game. And I have to say this right now, I love the titles for the Ratchet and Clank series. And I'm so gutted we don't get all of them here, because a lot of them are America only. They were censored when they were when they went abroad. Like here in Europe, some kept their titles, some didn't. Some had really bizarre changes. It's still called Ratchet and Clank, but Going Commando was changed to Locked and Loaded, and in this collection it's just called Ratchet Clank 2. Up Your Arsenal was simply changed to 3, and we got Deadlocked was changed to Gladiator for some reason, and that was a change I never understood. But while those two innuendos were clearly changed, Size Matters wasn't. It's still called Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. And for some reason the Future series keep their size swords, but they take the word future out of the name. That is why is future all of a sudden an inappropriate word. I still question why Sly Cooper was changed to Sly Raccoon. That makes no sense to me. Yeah, the idea is to get that gold bolt is to completely miss like that. But you got to long jump your way. Well, you don't have to long jump. You just jump in the mud, and you got to make use of the fact that you can fall into the mud at least 2 times. If you long jump, you can make it a bit easier. It was a bolt. It was totally worth it. No, it really wasn't. But yeah, why is the word future all of a sudden an inappropriate word? But they keep the innuendos. It's still tools for destruction. It's still the quest for booty. It's still a crack in time, which is my personal favourite. Yeah, it's like the moment they take future out of the titles, it's back to censoring them again. It's still called All for One. But they changed... I did not know you could go up there. But they changed Into the Nexus to simply Nexus. Now, I looked up Nexus. It's a body part, but it has nothing to do with anything rude. I can't even remember what it was. And just before that, though, found Skid's agent.
No signal whatsoever! This downtime is killing me!
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Don't be so literal, son. The problem is I'm stranded on this backwater planet and my star client is nowhere to be found.
Hey, we saw you on that infobot. You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent. Haven't seen him since our ship crashed. And an agent without a client is like a flea without a dog. Say, you look like an athletic kid. If you can bring back the championship prize from the hoverboard races in Blackwater City, I'll make you my next star.
We have no time for trivial matters, sir.
I could be the next Skid Mcmarx.
Bring the prize back from the hoverboard races. But yeah, Aridia I think is the only planet in the entire game that doesn't unlock any new planets. Can't go up there until we get the Magna Boots, which is not going to be until about halfway through the game. Step through here. And we got a shortcut back to our ship. Very nice. But yeah, as I was saying, so obviously All for One kept its title. Secret Agent Clank kept its title. Full Frontal Assault was changed to the very boring Q-Force. And that's it, actually, I believe that's it. So I don't know why the random name changes. Anyway, I'm gonna go and see if we can do that swing shot mission again. If it actually works this time, so cut. Alright, we got it this time. And with that said, let's cut back to our ship.